This is one of the cheapest foods on the planet. And if you're over 50 and eat a handful of these every single day, here's what actually happens to your brain. Some of it will surprise you. One part of it, around minute 6, is something almost nobody talks about. And it's the reason doctors are quietly recommending this humble little nut to their older patients. Let's break down exactly what daily peanuts do to your memory, your mood, and your brain as you age. Why your brain needs extra help after 50. After 50, your brain starts facing 3 real challenges. Blood flow slows down slightly, oxidative stress builds up faster than your body can clear it, and your risk of memory decline starts climbing every decade. Now, peanuts aren't a miracle cure. No single food is, but they contain a specific combination of nutrients that directly target all 3 of those problems. And what's interesting is that peanuts have been studied for decades, not as a trendy superfood, but as a genuinely well-researched everyday nut. So let's go through exactly what happens in your brain, week by week, when peanuts become a daily habit. The first thing that happens is improved blood flow. Peanuts are rich in a compound called resveratrol, yes, the same one found in red wine, but without the alcohol. Resveratrol has been studied for its role in supporting healthy blood vessels and improving circulation, including blood flow to the brain. Why does this matter after 50? Because your brain needs a steady, healthy supply of oxygen and nutrients to function well. When circulation is compromised, that's when people start noticing brain fog, slower thinking, and difficulty concentrating. Peanuts also contain niacin, also known as vitamin B3, which several studies have linked to a lower risk of cognitive decline, and Alzheimer's disease when consumed adequately through diet. The amount that matters here about a small handful, roughly 30 grams, or around 15 to 20 peanuts a day. The second thing that happens is protection at the cellular level. Peanuts are loaded with vitamin E, one of the most powerful fat-soluble antioxidants there is. Vitamin E helps protect the fatty membranes of your brain cells from oxidative stress, essentially, the wear and tear that builds up in your brain over the decades. Several large observational studies have found that people with higher vitamin E intake through food tend to have a slower rate of age-related cognitive decline compared to those with lower intake. One important note: this benefit comes from vitamin E in food, not necessarily high-dose supplements. Some supplement studies haven't shown the same results. That's actually one of the strongest arguments for getting it from real food sources, like peanuts in the first place. Third, your mood and mental energy. Peanuts contain tryptophan, an amino acid your body uses to produce serotonin, the neurotransmitters, closely tied to mood regulation and emotional stability. They're also a solid source of magnesium, a mineral that plays a role in regulating stress, response, and nerve function, and magnesium deficiency has been associated with higher rates of anxiety and low mood in some studies. On top of that, the combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fat in peanuts means they digest slowly. That translates to steadier blood sugar and steadier energy throughout the day, instead of the spike and crash pattern that comes from sugary snacks, which can leave you feeling foggy and irritable by mid-afternoon. Now here's the part I promised you. There's a long-term research finding from a well-known study, following adults over several years, that found people who regularly ate nuts, including peanuts, had a measurably lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia, compared to those who rarely ate them. Researchers believe this comes down to a combination of factors. We've already covered the healthy fats, the antioxidants, and the anti-inflammatory compounds all working together, rather than any single nutrient acting alone. This doesn't mean peanuts prevent Alzheimer's on their own. Brain health is influenced by sleep, exercise, social connection, and overall diet too. But when researchers look at people's actual long-term eating patterns, regular nut consumption, including peanuts, consistently shows up as one of the protective habits among people who maintain sharper memory into their 70s and 80s, the mistake that cancels out the benefits. Now, a word of caution, because how you eat peanuts matters just as much as whether you eat them. Heavily salted, sugar-coated, or honey-roasted peanuts and peanut candies come with added sodium and sugar that can work against your blood pressure and blood sugar goals. Choose raw, dry-roasted, or lightly salted peanuts instead. Also, portion matters. Peanuts are calorie-dense, so a small handful a day is the sweet spot. A whole bag is not. And one more thing, if you have a peanut allergy, obviously, none of this applies to you. Walnuts and almonds offer similar brain benefits and are a good alternative. So here's what a daily handful of peanuts can do for your brain after 50. 1. Support healthy blood flow to the brain. 2. Protect brain cells from oxidative stress. 3. Help stabilize mood and energy. 4. Potentially lower long-term risk markers for cognitive decline. All from one of the cheapest, most accessible foods in the world. If you found this helpful, subscribe. Every week, I break down simple, evidence-based habits to help you stay sharp, strong, and independent as you age. And tell me in the comments, do you already eat peanuts regularly? Or is this a new habit for you? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.